Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Future of Sustainability in Engineering project with a special focus on facade. So my name is Rima Boudaba. I'm Sustainability Manager at Climatize, part of Plus Impact. So sustainability drivers are increasingly influencing facade design with a net zero carbon target such as 2050 goals, which are pushing for energy efficient facade while reducing the emission during operation. We have green building certification, the famous LEED, Mustadam, and BREEAM, promoting the high performance facade that supports sustainability standards. And at the same time, we have embodied carbon regulations. They are putting pressure on reducing the environmental impact of facade materials. And additionally, we have growing ESG and investor expectations are driving demand for buildings and lowering carbon footprint and stronger sustainability credential. So let's have a look to the role of AI in sustainable building. We are entering the era of real-time monitoring and tracking. So we have UAE government has launched strategy for artificial intelligence with covering 9 sectors. 3 of them are related to sustainability. As you can see, renewable energy to manage facilities, water to conduct analysis and studies to provide water sources, and decarbonization through increasing forestation rate. Now, let's have a look to the tools. The main tools used for construction industry inspired by Industry 4. We have digital twins, the digital twins, which is a simulation to simulate the real asset via the digital, to predict possible issues like structural risk, safety hazard, and conflict, while facilitating smart resources allocation, lowering cost, and raising cooperation. We have 3D printing simulation called also additive manufacturing that is able to create complex structure with minimal waste. And we have blockchain, mainly used for the supply chain, bringing all stakeholders together in order to store and to gather information across the supply chain. We have Internet of Things, which is used from design, construction until operation. The purpose is the same, is to collect and analyze building information and data connected to Internet. We have smart robotics like drones. They are mainly used for site inspection to ensure quality, productivity, and safety of the building during construction. Now let's go back to the main topic of this presentation, which is facade. Why facade matter in sustainable building? Facade is not about look only, it's also the skin of our building, where 60% of building energy loss happen. It also contributes to 25% of total building embodied carbon. Facade influence the daylight, ventilation, insulation, and thermal bridging, and it also contributes to the heat island reduction and thermal comfort if it's well designed. So combining performance and aesthetic create an added value to our asset if the facade is well designed from early design stage of the building. Technologies, some of them are accelerating sustainable building and sustainable design with tools like BIM and digital twins. BIM for life cycle assessment has been used for Crystal Building in UK to evaluate and optimize the facade performance and the environmental impact for carbon emission from the design through the operation, so the whole life cycle of the building. Digital twins has been also considered in Edge Olympic building in Netherlands, which integrate a digital twin to monitor facade performance, indoor climate, and energy efficiency in real time. And we have passive design using computational tools to create facade design that can adapt to external site conditions through thermal comfort analysis and simulation. Now let's have a look to the facade trend. As facades are becoming more responsive and intelligent, so we have Al Bahr Tower in UAE that use adaptive facade, which means the facade integrate the solar screen, which are shading device that can block and filter the heat, solar, and the light, reducing the glare, and at the same time that allow daylight and the views to the building. We have another solution integrating PV panels like Dubai Frame. The gold part is the PV panels integrated in the facade. The advantage here is that PV panels are served as both building materials and energy generation by Onyx Solar. And we have passive design principle in most of the old part of UAE, old design that includes strategies to maximize natural ventilation, daylight, thermal insulation through a specific simulation considering the external condition. Dubai municipality, they have incorporated natural element, as you can see here, to improve air quality mainly, and they are included also sensors to monitor plant health and irrigation needs. Now, the market is shifting to material palette. Now it's not only about reducing operational energy during the operation of the building. So as you can see here in this figure, previously we were putting our focus on reducing the energy use of the building, but in the same time we were increasing the amount of materials in order to keep a certain level of thermal mass of our building. And then we realized that we are enhancing the energy use, but in the same time we are increasing the carbon emission coming from the materials. Facade considered as material intensive, so we are looking for strategies, part of circular economy, to include it in our design from the early stage. Part of it is LCA. It's a tool to assess materials with low carbon, and more we include LCA assessment to our design, and more we are going through the UAE Net Zero Target 2050. LCAs life cycle assessment cannot be done without input. The input is mainly the quantities of the materials and environmental impact declaration. So it's a third-party verified document which give you the environmental ID of your product, and it shows the global warming potential and environmental impact of your product. So EPDs are important. It helps designer and specifiers compare product, and it helps us to perform a comprehensive LCA. For this region, we don't have any issue on finding EPDs for the structure of the building. However, for the facade, we are still struggling with EPD availability in this region to include it in our assessment for the LCA. This can be certification, rating system, sustainability framework are addressing directly now this facade performance in the assessment. It can be either through energy and atmosphere energy category when we perform energy modeling, or under material and resources as we've seen for LCA and EPDs, or under indoor environmental quality to assess the thermal comfort of the building. Most of the rating systems have the same categories, and facade performance can help and support on earning more points and increasing the level of the certification by having more a higher score for the building. So with the challenges we are facing today, we need policy and teamwork. Government has to set a minimum sustainability requirement, driving innovation in facade materials. Passive design solutions should be promoted to combat the heat island reduction and to reduce the energy use. And this cannot be done without cross-disciplinary teams, which means bringing together designers and experts to deliver high-impact sustainability facade systems. Now, what are the action points for today's project? If they are not there, this is the roadmap we can implement in our project. If we are having this roadmap as sustainability consultant, we are working following these stages. This is what you have to maintain at the basic. The first thing to do is to engage facade engineers, what we call integrative process. We bring all consultants together to share the sustainability goals and performance to include in our design. We provide recommendations, design optimization, to integrate sustainability into facade design and other elements of the building. We need to see more environmental product declaration and carbon tracking for EPDs for facade, as it's now the only element where we don't have EPDs. Performing life cycle assessment, and this follow the availability of EPDs in the market. And then the next stage of the design building is the construction. So we can have a best design following all these steps in a comprehensive way. However, during construction, if the execution is not well done and there is no coordination, so we cannot have at the end a sustainability product, a sustainable product or sustainable building. Of course, post-construction, we need to maintain performance and feedback to ensure that the facade perform as designed at post-occupancy. And at Climatize, we are creating a digital platform from the design or early design stage until the operation to track all the sustainability parameters, including facade, building, and other building system, to track the facade performance. What's the future of the facade look like, or of the building? Facade, they will be designed toward net zero building. It will become active contributor to energy, water, and air quality system, transforming building into environmental asset. AI tools will be included in the whole life cycle of the building until post-construction to enable continuous commissioning and keeping the facade in peak conditions throughout the life cycle with minimal human intervention. And also material selection. When it comes to material, some of the material we need to replace them with innovative material in order to lower the carbon emission with carbon sequestration and to capture and store the carbon in our material from the atmosphere. So yeah, I'm on time.
Thank you very much indeed, Rima. Thank you so much indeed.